It's finally here, the Google Pixel 9 Pro. This phone has all the power of its bigger brother, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, while having the compact size of the Pixel 9. The screen size is only 6.3 inches, and initially I was worried that the screen would be too small for my eyes. They are getting old and increasingly needing a pair of reading glasses. But I'm so glad Google puts accessibility front and center for the Google Pixel. Accessibility refers to the design of digital products that are usable by everyone, including old people like me. I'll show you how they did it later in this video. Yes, even though this is a small phone with a small screen, it is still very usable with readable text. Hi everyone, welcome to another Sky Perspective video. I'm going to slowly go through this unboxing without rushing it through, so you can get a good feel of my initial unboxing delightful experience and what I've discovered. Anyway, as I open up the box, I realize the camera bump is so big they even have a dedicated cutout in the box to align it for packaging. Take a look at how many sensors are packed into that camera module. They make me so curious what they are and how they help make the Google Pixel photos and videos one of the best amongst all mobile phone brands. The biggest reason why I bought the Pixel is because of its cameras. I've been using Samsung Galaxy Ultra phones for more than a decade, and most of my YouTube videos are shot using my Galaxy S23 Ultra. Samsung phones are great, but their iterative improvement from S23 Ultra to S24 Ultra is not a lot. So I thought, why not give the Google Pixel a try? I'm already discovering a lot of differences between the Pixel and Galaxy's phones. Like this video so I know you want my take on what are the differences between the Pixel and Galaxy phones. When I tested out this Google Pixel's macro camera, I fell in love straight away with the Pixel's camera systems, and I'm seeing it from a photographer and videographer perspectives. I've heard a lot about the Pixel 8 cameras being really good. However, I'm hesitant to get the Pixel 8 because it still lacks very basic features like ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. It's still using the optical fingerprint sensor. When we are unable to unlock the phone, it's going to be really annoying to my workflow when I'm shooting videos. As with the Pixel 9, it's a whole different story. I think it's ready with its ultrasonic fingerprint sensor and its camera processing technology, together with its AI-enhanced video and photos, is what made me splurged and bought this phone. No, it's not an impulse buy if I contemplated how I'll be using this phone to help me make great YouTube videos for all of you. Yes, I'm finding an excuse to buy an expensive phone. But anyway, let's move on. So apart from the USB-C cable and SIM ejector pin, I found something interesting in the user manual. For example, it explicitly tells us that this phone, even though it's IP68 certified, it's not dust-proof and waterproof. Dropping the phone will result in the loss of dust and water resistance, and liquid will void the warranty. I like that they have dedicated Google Pixel website to help new Pixel users like me to learn all the features of the Google Pixel phone. Nevertheless, the camera module is really refined and I really like the huge camera bump. It's kind of there, making a statement, showing how good and sophisticated the Pixel camera system is. Many of us might feel that this bump is really huge, but as I observe how symmetrical and refined it looks, it has grown on me. Okay, I think it's time to boot up the phone. As I boot up the phone, I'm greeted by this Google logo, and then this little subtle Gemini stars starts flickering and disappeared. I deliberately didn't cut this part of the video so all of you can get a feel of how long it's gonna take to do the initial startup. It took quite a few seconds before the phone started up. There we go, it's up and running. Wait, what's this? The bouncing logo has haptic feedback? Oh my, they have designed the whole look and feel so well with this gorgeous black screen. There is a very subtle haptic feedback when the logo bounces on the screen. Let me place my microphone here so you can hear the sound from the speakers better. So when I first start up the phone, straight away we get all these accessibility settings where I can adjust the font size and display size. This is the part where I mentioned earlier that Google put accessibility design front and center. So I can adjust the text size to make sure that I can read all the text on the screen and increase the icon size as well. And that's the display size. Apart from that, there is also magnification. So for these settings, it's like a magnifying glass where we can press on the magnifying settings and then we can do pinch and zoom on any screens and move the screen around with 2 fingers so as to magnify the text and read the text. There is a yellow border indicating that we are in the magnification mode. And up next is the select to speak settings, which is a delightful welcome feature for me because I'm always using a text to speech app to read to myself when I'm writing and preparing my YouTube script. Now I don't need to use that app anymore. All I have to do is tap this select to speak icon and tap on the paragraph I want it to read to me.
How to use select to speak. Start select to speak. Then you can tap a specific item, like text or an image. Drag your finger across the screen to select.
These text-to-speech and magnification features are all available on my Samsung Galaxy phone. It's just that they are a lot more hidden, which I never thought of finding them and using them. I guess this is why Google is so good as a software company, knowing how the users interact with the Google Pixel phone. Anyway, subscribe for more of my Pixels video and tell me what you would like me to cover for this Google Pixel 9 Pro. Comments down below. And at the very least, I'll be doing a video focusing on the Pixel's camera. I can already confirm the videos are better than my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. By the way, a new phone needs a new case. Have a guess which phone case did I buy for my Pixel 9 Pro? I've got the Caseology transparent case by Spigen. Watch this video where I showcase how nice this case is. And get it here using my affiliate Amazon link. All the links are available in the description down below too. Thanks for watching this one and supporting my channel. I'll see you in the next video.